Hello, my friends. Today we have the pretty conversation because um I've got a lot of good TV shows, but I think that we need that conversation, to discuss more content that it uh, that exists currently on YouTube, and uh, we're trying to just to find that solution for age restriction because I've done a lot of good videos, but a lot of got age restrictions, and we try to find perfect uh, the perfect way to make videos and to make sure that none of them just will get any problems in terms of the YouTube community guidelines. So there is plenty of good TV shows that recently were released, and Fancy Dance is just a good movie from July 2024. Apple TV is representing, and it's pretty I think it's pretty has this like style. Apple TV has its own style, its own like vibe, I think. But not only Apple TV, all the movies from late 2024 has that kind of darkness or something like that atmosphere that is pretty new to me as a creator, because I have watched a lot of movies actually. I have watched too much recently, and I think that Fancy Dance is just is a good choice if you actually looking for something to spend your time, like spend your weekend probably. And it has a good actress, this one. So she was in the recent TV show, which is Under the Bridge. Under the Bridge is also a good TV show. It's a good movie, but Under the Bridge was pretty good because she was playing there, and there was another girl, another woman, and they were like kind of fall in love for each other with each other, and they wasn't really a couple in that TV show. And she has no relationship actually in this movie. She has also this kind of situation when she went to a club. She's just hanging out with some, not a random girl. She definitely knew who that girl was, but she doesn't really have like consistent relationship or something. So this movie is basically just about as she told in an interview. I don't remember exactly what interview that was, but she told that this movie is kind of about opening door for young girls in the like this world, you know, and she's trying to find like, you know, the better way like to help young women, young girls, you know, to go through everything like in their life, and something like, you know, is so like common for every TV show or movie. It's so common to say that your project just focusing on something that is to help women or young girl just to find their way in their path in their life, and something like this. It's like, you know, every second TV show or recent movie is about the same thing. So the next movie we have is 13, and the 13 is the movie from early 2000 to 2001, probably. I don't remember exactly, but it's kind of the it's that moment when you're realizing how much the industry changed, how much the industry has changed from that early 2000 and till these days. It has changed like drastically. We have seen a lot of good projects, of course, recently, but when you watch this one, you will realize how good movies were like back then, you know. It seems like no matter how quality has progressed, how good quality is now, the vibe, the atmosphere, all the approach of like production studio or something, all that was just perfect, and it feels in every fucking scene, and it feels in every fucking part of this movie how good that was, because you can really just has a lower budget, you can create something out of like nothing, but it still could be a good project. And this one is pretty proving that idea that it's not necessary to have a lot of money or something to create something actually good. So this movie is pretty something that I really missed, because I didn't watch it when it was released first, but I have watched it like in its entirety, and I enjoyed every fucking second of this movie just because how good it was made. So the third project is Savage Beauty, which is TV show South African TV show. It's in English, so there is like all dialogues you can easily understand, but there is something that is pretty, like uh, in African TV shows or movies, there is something that I can I can tell you that it's preventing them from getting that high level of industry just because they are so focused on all the trends, all the all the hype around like uh, lesbians or something. They all they do is trying to focusing more on trends instead of establishing its own establishing its own culture in that industry, in the filming industry. And it feels like uh, we have seen a lot of similar projects, and why would you even bother with this one if you have a lot of other good projects? So it's kind of 50-50 when you don't even understand if it's good or not, just because it feels like something really missing in this project. So it's not really bad and it's not really good. It's kind of in the middle. And the 13 movie that is that thing that is not trying to fit any trends or something just because it was made long ago. It was made like in early 2000, and back to those days there wasn't really that trend to fit every fucking hype thing. And I think that this movie is like genuinely not trying to fit any of those trends. It's just good as it is. But the Savage Beauty, if you didn't know, there were like 2 seasons of this TV show. I didn't even watch the season 1, and I jumped right on season 2, and I didn't even know any character of this TV show. But I think it's not even necessary to know who they are, because from the first episode, it feels like the same story that was told multiple times in like a lot of projects we have seen so far. So you don't even need to watch the season 1 actually, because it's like it's not even a case. So I can really just categorize this TV show. I can categorize this as something that is trying to find the South African style, but at the same time it's trying to fit all the trends around the world, like all the fucking hype things. So, and it would be better just to go the first way, to find its own culture in the project that is already like, good in terms of the quality, in terms of the actors, in terms of the everything, like, and it would be way easier if you just focus more on that things instead of just trying to match every new trend. And the last project we have in this video is just something I did previously. Station 19 was in one of my videos, like a month ago probably. I released a video with this one, but this time we have way more new episodes, and this time it's actually new episodes, new good episodes. I think like the ending of this TV show and all the characters, all the developments of the characters, all that have changed a lot since I did that video. And since I did that video, like 4 or 5 episodes were released, so we've got new stuff, and this new stuff is pretty good just because this TV show is something that I want to tell more about, because just it's not only about the trends, like having a lesbian couple in your TV show. It's way more to talk about, like, because they're trying to focus more on the professional environment of those girls. Like, they're working on station, they are firefighters, and they're trying to find their like personal life while they're actually in an emergency mode, because firefighters always in that emergency mode. So they don't really have a lot of time, I think. But at the same time, we have a lot of pretty good scenes that demonstrate how they are spending that limited time together, and how they're trying to find balance between the work, between all the things, and they're kind of managing that pretty well, because there is actually balance, and I like the balance in the TV show or in the movie. No matter how good your quality, no matter how good your actors are, if there is no balance between all the things, between all the like characters, I think like all other things like quality is just not that matter. The only matter is the balance, okay? And we have a lot of good scenes like this one, so we can actually say that it is a balance. Yes, because you don't see them every fucking like minute of the TV show. You can only just, get one like or two of those each episode. Like, it's okay. It is a balance. In contrary, the 13 movie is something that is pretty that's really can be abusing a lot of toxic aspects of like of people of age of 13, because the age of 13 is pretty toxic period of your life, and you can easily find yourself trying to like find yourself trying to find your life, and you're always like surrounded by some kind of people that are pretty toxic, I think, just because the age of 13 is pretty that age when people don't really understand how to treat other people, how to be more polite, how to be more how to respect others and their opinion. Just it is what it is. It is age of 13, and this movie is pretty good reflecting on those things, and I think it is kind of abusing all the toxic aspects, but without those toxicity it wouldn't be even that interesting, just because it's just pretty realistic, Again, station 19, there is actually not so much to like to say about the characters or anything, just because I have told a lot of good comments. I have really a lot of good comments on this one, just because it's not a flawless, it's not a perfect TV show, but it's kind of something. It's something where you don't have any expectations from, like it's something you don't really have any expectations from, because it's not even trying to be perfect. It's just good as it is. So there is a good relationship between two main characters, two girls, good relationship while they're working as a firefighters, and a lot of good scenes when they're at home trying to share their love, and they're trying to spend more time together. So it's like kind of simple relationship that pretty works. So the Savage Beauty, I think, is the most controversial. At the same time, it's pretty. Uh, mm, I'd say it's pretty like establishing African filming industry, like probably modern style of industry, because they don't even have a lot of good projects. I think South Africa doesn't really have a lot of good movies or TV shows. So every new project could be possibly that, like turning point, or could be possibly that viral, that pivotal project that would establish them, in industry, in the world industry, way more. There is way more opportunity for them, I think. And if it were not trying to match a lot of new trends, a lot of like hype things, it would have been way more better, I think, just because you just bring more African, your own culture in your project, and people would like it the same way, just because the majority of your audience probably is English speaking people, which is like American, partly African, and any other country, like, or continent, I don't know. And there is a lot of audience, okay, but you just bring more your own culture in your project, and it would be way more interesting, I think. Like in this scene, we can actually recognize the African culture just because they wearing that like chains or something on their head. We can recognize that African culture pretty well and pretty easy, But any other part of this movie or of this TV show, any other part doesn't really have a lot of those African features or something. I think this is why the Spanish industry is actually pretty good right now, because they are not really trying, to be similar with American industry. They're not really trying to be like any other culture or industry. They are just good as they are. Just they are good. At this moment, they are probably the best industry, just because they are making their own culture in their projects, and they reflecting on their like own problems within their country. They're not trying to bring any other like hype things from other cultures, like from other industries, like from Hollywood or something. They're just good as they are, and I pretty respect that, just because I really respect Spanish filming industry, just because how good they has changed, like since the first season of Elite or something, like from early 2000. I think they has changed a lot, but from the my first project was Elite. First time I have really seen something Spanish that was Elite, and from that time they has changed a lot, like in a good way, of course. um so we can say that the 13 is the project from early 2000 where all the movies, all the TV shows were totally different from what we watch these days, just because back then there wasn't really any necessity to prove yourself that your project is fitting all the trends, fitting all the fucking hype around, you know. And back then, all the movies, I think, were way more like genuine, way more like sincere, you know. They were sincerely good, I think. And the vibe, the atmosphere from early 2000, that is something I really miss. That is really something we cannot see anymore in any new project, just because it's inevitable when progress in an industry is moving so fast. It's inevitable that you would miss something from previous years. You would miss something from previous projects. So you can really just, compare all the things and understand what you really miss. And I miss that vibe. I miss that atmosphere from 2000. I don't know, just because I was really obsessed with a lot of TV shows. When I was young, there was only like, one good channel, one decent channel on TV where you could really watch something American or something like foreign. And I don't really like my own country's filming or TV shows. I don't like what they make. I don't like what they create, I prefer something foreign, like not really trends or like only hype movies or TV shows. I prefer something really good, but I don't feel like we really got a lot of good projects recently. I have a ton of good TV shows, but all of those missing the same thing. They all missing the pivotal thing, the vibe, that vibe that would just distinguish them from any other project. I think the vibe is something that is pretty missed in every new project. You cannot really apply it to every TV show or movie just because there is something like, there is something that is pretty close to that quality when you can really just enjoy every fucking moment. You can enjoy the vibe, you can enjoy the actors, you can enjoy the script, and you would not really miss anything. But I cannot really just find a single recent project that would be like that. So this is why I picked something from early 2000, just because to remind how good movies were those days, to remind and to remember it even to remember it longer, you have to remind yourself what your favorite things were like long ago and what your favorite things are right now, and you just have to compare them, and you can see how a lot just everything has changed, and you can just find out what do you really miss, and based on that you can find something in between, like that would fit all the necessary things you like. So it's kind of so guys, the video is, which is the 13 Station 19 Savage Beauty, and I just forgot the other project. 13 Station 19 Fancy Dance and Savage Beauty video is available on my YouTube channel. You can really just watch the whole final video, and and after that you can just watch the stream, or you can do it in any order. It doesn't really matter, just because we're just trying to find a better format for regular videos and for YouTube streams, and we're trying just to make a better content based on the TV shows, based on the movies, and we are avoiding age restrictions just because I don't like any of my creations to get age restrictions. It doesn't really feel good when you get any restriction on any of your work just because you put a lot of effort, and it wouldn't be really enjoying to get any problem on something you put a lot of time on. You put a lot of effort in, and I don't think that anyone would enjoy or would like getting any of the restrictions. But I have a lot of I have some example. Let's say I have example when age restriction is not really a bad thing. And recently I've just ran into the channel that is Portuguese, and of course this is for Portuguese people, Portuguese speaking people, but there is a English subtitles. You can really just click on the any episode, like this one is called Checkmate. Each episode lasts 20 minutes. It's not really long, but why I mention them is just because this is the situation when the age restriction is not a bad thing. It's not really is something that you have to like worry about or something, just because they are getting age restriction on their projects. But at the same time, I think it's pretty successful project, at least within the Portuguese community. It's pretty successful, I think. And the main focus of the TV show, it's not even a TV show. It feels it can be really perceived as the like video blog or something, because it is a video blog on YouTube. It feels more that way instead of TV show or any other thing. So the main focus of the project is a lesbian couple, and it's kind of similar to Station 19, just because in both cases we have the professional relationship between the two women. We have their personal struggling to find to find that way they can be with each other. At the same time, they can be really successful at work. They can be really adaptive to every aspect of their life, just because one woman is the boss and the other woman is just working as an employee. She is a driver, and she's driving a car, and she's trying to get by. She has pretty simple life. He's not a like she doesn't have really like any big career or something. And on the other hand, we have her boss, which is the black hair woman, and she is the kind of big person with the of course with a huge career, with a lot of opportunities towards the with a lot of efforts towards her work, just because she is ruling all the people around her. She is ruling all the people, and she has a lot of like power, and the main focus is that she has a husband, but she doesn't really like him, and she's trying to seduce the employee, the other girl, and they're not really together at any point. They're only wasting time, and they're actually they're in that situation when you cannot really have normal relationship, just because it is your employee, it is your boss, and your boss has a husband. She is with a man, but he would like to be with a woman. So it's kind of, it's a simple thing that works actually, and every fucking episode is just about how difficult it could be working with your loved one, working with your with the person that you really love. I don't really think that this project is successful outside of the Portuguese community, just because it was made in like Brazil or in Portugal. I don't even know where, but it's like so specifically, like, it's so like particularly for that audience, so you can feel it, and you can feel how foreign it is to you, how like it's kind of alienated from any other I think culture or something. Not even culture, but it's kind of it's only for specific audience. It was made for specific audience, and I think if you're not really understand Portuguese, you will struggle actually to like it, just because it's trying to be actually something big, But I think that is just it's actually stuck in that format on YouTube, just because it feels like it's like something, like it feels like video blog actually, and it's stuck in that format, video blog format. And it could be way bigger. It could be way bigger if they put a lot of if they put way more effort into the production process. I think just because the production, the creating process, I think is pretty rushed. And it feels like everything was made inconsistently, I think. You can actually just click on any episode, and you can see that this project is only trying to be good at the point when we see the two girls together, like kissing each other or something. At this point, this project is really good, and this is what they do the best probably. But any other aspect of the project is pretty, I think, bad, just because the only thing they put effort in is the intimate moments, intimacy, and they're missing a lot of opportunity because they has a big audience. They really has a lot of viewers. It's like millions or something, and I think they miss a lot of opportunity just because they put all their eggs in just one basket, which is the lesbian couple thing, and they trying to abuse it as much as possible. So you can really just you can really just watch the whole episode, and after that you will not remember a single thing, but the lesbian kissed each other in a certain way. But instead of that, it could be way more to remember, just because there is a lot of opportunity when you have the kind of successful production studio that is ready to create something consistently. We can see that they have consistent probably process of creating TV show or whatever it is, and they actually already teased the season 2 of this Checkmate project. But I think that it could be way more interesting, actually. It could be way more successful should they put more effort in the creating process, in production. The production is what makes your projects feel good, not the actors or certain relationship, like if you look at the moment like this, we cannot see anything, just three girls trying to enjoy the moment. Of course, it's okay, there is nothing wrong with it. It could be I'm totally fine with that, but any other moment is totally boring, like if we put this scene in the middle, it is in the middle. Like after watching this moment, I would not remember a single thing, a single dialogue probably. So this is a dialogue, just a regular dialogue within the project between two women. And it's basically just, flirting or something. It's basically like they trying to say something pretty stupid, like, I'm so obsessed with you. I'm ready to tear it up. Like, I'm ready to tear your clothes apart. Like it feels like so stupid. Why it is not in English? I mean the subtitles, of course. Oh, okay. For some reason it is in like Portuguese, or I don't know. I have chosen the English subtitles, but it's still in Portuguese. It doesn't really matter. You can see the moment they're talking to each other at the club, the moment, and the next fucking second they are already in that fucking bedroom. The three of them already in that bedroom. And what actually lead them to that point? What actually, there is not a lot of connections. I think that is what really stupid. Yeah, it feels like if you cut all the beginning or the ending, it still be the same. It still be the same thing. You will not miss anything. That is what I really don't like about the projects like this. And we just come back to the main project. So if you really just if you want to just watch the kiss scene, the intimacy, the intimate thing. You probably will like the project I just shown you, the Checkmate. But I don't think that project would be any interesting for wider audience, not only for Portuguese but a wider audience, like, you know. So this is why I really just I just compare. I really compare the Station 19 to the Checkmate TV show, and I can really understand what that project really miss. That project really miss the main thing of the successful big project. That project misses comprehensive, complex, dialogues and connections between all the scenes, between all the points of the timeline of the dialogues. And I think that the format of 20 minutes is what makes it that silly. I think, like, it feels like silly, stupid dialogues. Actually, it feels that way just because the format of 20 minutes limiting you from putting way more comprehensive dialogues. All your dialogues is pretty stupid just because you don't have even a time to make them way more, like, comprehensive. But they could be way more better should you put way more time. Just make it 40 minutes, make it 50 minutes, not 20 minutes. And I'm not even criticizing, because it feels like this is a standalone project with a low budget, with a actually fewer people behind the production, fewer people behind the creation of the TV show. And I think that I cannot even really criticize something like this just because it exists on YouTube and it's free to watch, actually, and it is age restricted. At the same time, I realized that they not really trying to make a lot of money on that, just because a lot of their content age restricted, and a lot of all of the content obviously are free to watch. So they're not trying to really monetize the content. I don't know what even they're trying to do. I don't know what they're trying to make, like, if not money, so they kind of, you know, probably they establishing like some platform or kind of platform for like actors or for creators. I don't know actually what they do, but it doesn't feel like they are making a lot of revenue because a lot of their content age restricted. You cannot monetize age restricted content. So I don't know what the point of creating something like this is, you know. I don't really understand. If you cannot monetize something like this, there should be something, there should be the way you can make money from, you know. There should be that way. I think there is something they making money from, but it's not the YouTube monetization. They are monetizing some of the videos, but not all of the videos, you know, just because it's obviously it's pretty vulgar. It's vulgarity. I think most of the episodes, most of the episodes have part or something like this, and this is what get your video age restricted. Exactly this part is something I'm trying to avoid, you know. Exactly this part is what making your video age restricted. But if they put something like this intentionally, they already know that they could monetize this video in other way, not in like within YouTube partner program or something. So it's like they put this on purpose because they know that it doesn't really hurt their revenue. And actually, if we just check the description, we can see that the channel has 500 million views, which is pretty good. I think it was created in August 4, 2015, Brazil, 1.51 million subscribers. It has Instagram, has Twitter, has Facebook, has email, of course. So it feels like it's not, it wasn't really created yesterday or a month, year ago, even a couple of years ago. It was made long ago, and I think that from that point they managed to find the way they could monetize this type of content, this type of, you know, like it's not an adult content, but it's kind of vulgarity that is not acceptable on YouTube, actually. But I think it still exists because they're not just because they're not breaking any rules in the first place, and they're not trying to they're not actually trying to put something inappropriate. And there is like a short video. There is a plenty of short videos on this channel. I think it's just excerpts from the episodes or something. It is in English, like subtitles in English, but the main, like the sound in Portuguese. So all the dialogues basically is just, it's like this, did you miss me already? And then she replied, how do you do it? Pretending like nothing happened. And then I guess it's like another intimate scene now. I'm just doing you a favor. Okay, it's just, regular dialogue. I don't know why they made it short out of this. But it seems like people really like it, So it seems like the format of 20 minutes, like limiting them from reaching way more comprehensive episodes, way more interesting dialogues, and the format of 20 minutes is something, at the same time, it's something that is pretty good for YouTube. So they just found the format that would be better for YouTube, of course, for algorithms. 20 minutes, it's not too much, but at the same time, 20 minutes, it's not really enough for interesting, comprehensive moments, especially dialogues. So I think this is why they made a lot of short videos like this, Okay, so I just put kind of effort into discussing more content from other creators, and this time I think that Portuguese project is not the only project on YouTube that exists, and I think there is way more like this, and we could potentially discuss something like the Checkmate TV show or whatever it is. I don't think it's TV show actually. Just because it's on YouTube, it is on YouTube. I cannot really perceive that as TV show. Actually, it feels more like video blog, you know, with the for YouTube, the budget they put into creating for YouTube, it's pretty decent budget. I think the budget could be way bigger if you're creating something outside of YouTube, but if you creating for YouTube, the budget they spent, the money they allocated is pretty decent, I think. At least for YouTube, it's a sufficient amount of money to create something like this, you know. And they has way more to suggest you for watching. Like, I don't understand why they called the stupid wife. I don't know why this title should be for any of your projects, you know. It just, it sounds kind of stupid, actually stupid. Not only just because there is a stupid word in it, but just because it sounds really stupid to call your project stupid wife. It's actually weird. With this title, it couldn't be perceived, or there is no expectation that it's gonna be something serious or something good, I think, just because how weird the title is. And it feels like, yeah, it's not really good just because it's just another low budget project, you know. Of course, we skip. I'm not gonna watch the whole episode. I'm not gonna even watch a single dialogue, you know, because I'm pretty sure that dialogues were fucking waste of time. If you don't really care a lot about the comprehensive dialogues, about the you know, characters, their developments, how they improve throughout the season, throughout the project, throughout every episode. If you don't really care about that, you can actually just enjoy anything, even something like this project. But I have watched a lot of good TV shows. Actually, I don't see a reason to watch this one just because it has lesbians or something. Because if I want to watch a lesbian relationship, a good, comprehensive, a really good relationship, I would watch probably something else, not this one. So this, like, not even a case, you know? Maybe just because there is no a lot of Portuguese, there is not a lot of good Portuguese uh, projects. This one could be still popular because Portuguese people, I don't feel like they feel that they getting a lot of good stuff, good TV shows, so they can really just uh, be happy with every new project, with this project specifically, just because it was made in Brazil and it feels kind of, familiar to them. It feels it's just in your country. It was made in your country, and it feels like no matter what, no matter how bad it is, you still getting some Portuguese stuff, But it's only, it's only working when there is actually no project to watch. If there is any other project, I would watch that other one, not this one, And I'm sure that I know that there is no like good project recently in Portuguese. There is no actually to watch, So we can really just, we can check the next season of this one, Checkmate. When it drops, we can just we will check and we will see if if they improve or not, if they really improve, or if they're just trying to still abuse on the same lesbian thing, or if they really improve, because I want them to be successful. Actually, I want them to be way more successful, like worldwide, not only within Portugal or Brazil. And I really like to create something out of the YouTube projects, like that Checkmate, just because it would push them towards that big audience, like, it would push them towards wider audience. It would really push their content. Because we really we helping a lot. We pushing a lot TV shows. We pushing a lot. We pushing at least each video I created pushes specific TV shows, specific films. They are pushing, like, this one pushes Station 19 towards a new audience, or towards audience that already know what that is, but it's still pushing, and it's still helping. And I would like to push something to push any TV show or any project from YouTube. I would like to really just help them to reach more audience, to reach more viewers. And of course, I will do that. Should they create more good content, I will do that. I feel like I want to push more YouTube creators instead of pushing something that is already popular, like this Savage Beauty, for example. It's already pretty known TV show, and there is no reason to push it just because you cannot really you cannot be appreciated enough for pushing something that is already famous or that is already pretty known. But you can be appreciated if you push something that is in need of pushing. And I felt like this 13 TV show was in need to be mentioned, just because it was created long ago, like 10, 20 years ago. It was created long ago, and I think that you have to push something good, no matter how long it was made, how long ago it was made, no matter actually if it's really good, it's worth to be mentioned. So I think that this stream was way more just discussing all the projects currently available, currently on air. And I think that old projects like this 13 movie is something I will always miss something from the 2000 vibe, from the 2000 atmosphere. I will always miss something from that period, but it doesn't really hurt. It doesn't really hurt to create more content, you know. And even if I don't really think that modern TV shows as good as the 2000, I still think that they're kind of, you know, establishing new generation of actors, of actresses. They are establishing new generation of good actors, and it's pretty important, actually. So again, if you have watched the final video, you probably already know how to find any of my videos, but if you don't know, you can find the regular video on my list. You just have to click on videos, and there would be the recent one, which is the Fancy Dance 13, Savage Beauty, and Station 19 video. I think we put way more effort in this stream just to make it way like a lot of make it way more interesting, just because a lot of viewers don't really watch my streams like, you know, longer than a couple of minutes, probably, based on statistics. So I want really my streams to be something that is interesting to watch longer than just a couple of minutes, you know, because people accidentally ran into my stream. They don't really understand what it is, like what it's about, and they trying to you know, like they trying to pick up with the theme of the stream, and they not really understand what's just going on. So if you don't understand, on this channel I'm just explaining how you can really create passionate, really enjoyable content, and at the same time it could be intimate, it could be beautiful, intimate video or whatever, without age restrictions or without any problems with YouTube community guidelines. And I can really help because I have a lot of experience, just because I created a lot of videos. I know how to make your video appropriate for all audiences, you know. And it is really good when you can really just create whatever you want, and you will not be afraid of getting any problems, you know. I think it's pretty good point, be a content creator and having no limitations, having no restrictions, just because you know how everything works and just because you know how to avoid any problems? Is the main point of being content creator on YouTube, when you really in control of everything. You know how every instrument, every fucking instrument on YouTube works. So if you really just trying to find that content, you know, you can create, and you would not be limited, you would not be restrained of using some type of scenes or something. I think this video specifically is pretty useful for someone, you know, because I'm not feeling myself to be like restrained of using wherever I want, just because I know how to use it. I know the way I can use it, you know. And it's actually that simple. The more you create, the more you understand how everything works. The more you get understanding of everything. So thank you for watching. I think that the stream was pretty long, actually. I'm kind of tired, and I think that the next stream would be then Friday or something. I don't really know. Let's see. I don't really like the content we got recently. I don't really like the content we've got from July 2024. Actually, I don't like the TV shows from early July, but I think that Elite season 8 will be the next big project. It should be like that big, just because it's the last season of the Elite, you know. And I think that Elite is something I really rely on, just because Elite is what I started my channel with. I started my channel with Elite, and I think that Elite is the only TV show that I would like to watch, no matter how bad they currently are, no matter how bad seasons are. Like the last 2 seasons are pretty bad, but I think that it doesn't really matter to me, because I created my channel based on Elite TV show, and from that point it has changed a lot. Now it's not only about the certain TV shows. To me, it's like personally, the opportunity, you know, to feel that vibe again. Like Elite, every time Elite drops, I feel like it's something I really enjoy, just because I remember every season and how much I created I created videos actually watching Elite, and it's actually just, it's not Elite, it's not just a series, it's not just a TV show, it's a way more for me. It was the first TV show that opened like the Spanish industry. For me, it was the first season or the first series that actually introduced Spanish industry to me, So thank you for watching. I hope that before Elite we will get something really good. I just hope that something is going to be released, or just a single TV show, a one, I really just need one more good projects, and before Elite it would be pretty enough. Thank you for watching, guys. See you later.